Welcome to the Spiritual Development Channel. I'm Nasi Ashuba, and today I stand here in the middle of an abandoned warehouse. Now, what am I doing here? Being here allows me to think about not being able to adapt to changes. This used to be a thriving warehouse where families would come and make money in order to survive. But then something came and they wasn't able to adapt. And they used the same manner to handle these things over and over and over again until eventually they became obsolete and abandoned. We as humans, we do the same thing over and over again. We don't adapt to changes in life. It's not because we don't know how, because sometimes it's uncomfortable for us. But allow us to change our thoughts and grow and become more open to change. And it brings me to talk about relationships today. Sometimes we do the same thing over and over and think a relationship is supposed to work. And I think we do that, fellas. So today we're going to learn about women and emotional intelligence. Women and emotional intelligence. Now in life we're trained to find someone who's just like us. This is what society teaches us. On our Facebook, we like people that like the exact same thing. Or on the dating sites, we want people that like almost all the things we like. Well, that kind of gives us a disadvantage in life. This disadvantage leaves us to poor relationship choices. Because true relationships is the search for balance in life. A pure balance. And this lies in the pages of your Bible. In the Hebrew it says Ezer Ki Negdo, which means a helpmeet, but literally means someone who helps in opposition. Someone who opposes you or is opposite of you to help you find balance. And hence, the name of the mother that's the matriarch name is Eve, which is balance. Eve is in the middle of evening, is in the middle of level. Have you ever asked yourself, why are our women matriarchs in the Bible found by a well of water when they meet their husbands? Well, this is simple. Water represents intuition and it represents emotions. Here lies between the lines of this beautiful book the instructions on how to take care of your spouse, your wife, or your significant other, or even your daughter. Fellas, you ever had a conversation with your wife and the two of you going back and forth and it's like y'all not understanding each other, like y'all speaking two different languages? It's because we are. Men are the analytical type. In their discussions, in their conversation, we need more logic. Where women are more amiable, they need more emotional-based conversation. So when you're arguing, your logic is so strong and she's arguing and is emotional based, none of them are wrong. But we have to understand each one of them. So society kind of makes emotions negative or makes it a person that has emotional intelligence immature. Well, this is somewhat inaccurate. Women use emotional intelligence to make decisions. She bases it on how she feels. Now, how she feels cannot be wrong because it's really a feeling. It's true. It is something she's feeling. It could be unjust or even misplaced emotions, but the emotions and feelings are there. %90 of our decision making, fellas, is emotional based, whether we like to believe it or not. But let's go into conversation with our women. Let's just give a few examples. Women will have an emotional based conversation or argument and can't explain it because it's emotional based, but then come back and give you distorted logic because logic is needed in the argument based on this logical world we're trapped in. Or think about this. We have to learn this. Women in arguments or discussions, or maybe just in life, are going to make you feel how they feel. They're a moonlight. They're reflecting. So they want to reflect the emotion off of them. You ever been in an argument, fellas, and you say something to your wife and she completely rephrases it? And you're like, I didn't say that. Well, here's what's going on. Women will rephrase a conversation to show you how what you said made them feel. Women will rephrase a conversation to show you how what you said made them feel. Let me give you a perfect example. You walk through the house and the house is not looking like you want it to. And you say, hey, I'm tired of this place looking like this. And you might get a response, you're right, I'm nasty, and I never do nothing. Fellas, we didn't say that, did we? But here's a level of understanding. She's rephrasing it because she's showing you, hey, this made me feel this way. And that's a good insight to have on your wife. Knowing what you say and how it makes her feel. This is real good. It starts to open up our eyes. And we cannot always shoot it down. We have to be more open. And the problem with us men sometimes is that our responses or our discussion or our way we handle things is too logical and lacks a certain amount of reasoning. You have to have a perfect balance in the power of persuasion, having emotion and logic at the base. You ever had a conversation that was too logical and dry? Or you have a conversation that's too emotional? Now, an emotional-based conversation can inspire you, but it lasts for a short time because it doesn't have the logic to support it. It doesn't have a foundation. Logic is supposed to be the foundation of the emotion. So as a man, you're supposed to provide the logical foundation for her to have her emotional intelligence. So the logic is almost like the baguette for the diamond. Without the logic, the emotions become uncontrollable, and this is where emotions become wrong. The prophets did this also in the Bible. The prophets would tell you what's going on and reason with the individuals. And then they acted it out to show you how it felt emotionally. Perfect example, a prophet would prophesy doom, starvation, and slavery. So they would walk in shackles, hungry and naked, to show the people and make them feel a certain way and give them change. So have a perfect balance in the discussion. So realize, fellas, when you're having this discussion, that you're the analytical type, she's the amiable type, and you are making art together. And you have to realize that emotions are always going to win. And why do I say that? Have you ever tried to convince somebody that their fear is not logically based? Like if someone has a fear of dogs. You try to tell them, hey, the dog won't bite you. Do they go pet the dog? Most of the time they don't. It's a fear. They cling on to their emotions and how things make them feel. Imagine trying to tell somebody that their fear of dark isn't real, or that they fear of snakes isn't real. Most of the times the emotions is going to win that one out. So I actually do this, and we're about to close out, but fellas, see if you can get to the base of your woman's emotions. Women tend to live in the past, men live in the present and the now. Sometimes things you do in the past makes her response in the present day. Sometimes it may not even be based on something you've done. It could be something from her childhood, and she responds to it because you made her feel like something made her feel in her childhood. So get to the base of her fears and show an emotional concern on her emotions. Show you care about her emotions. And make sure that the logic that you will provide will govern and care for her emotions. And if it was you, promise that what you have done in the past was a mistake, and the new you was caring and concerned about her emotions to lead her in the future to provide a better relationship. Emotional intelligence is what makes us human beings conscious. Sometimes we don't understand it or know or exactly can pinpoint what it is, but we know deep down inside of us that something is wrong and something needs to be changed, or you need to do this. So this brings a perfect balance. Remember, she's not you. We are two different people. Analytics versus the amiable. Emotional thinker versus the logical thinker. Have a blessed day. Subscribe and like and share, please.